Alright. I remember how to play. Turned in the jewels. Yep, deliver the stones. Guess we could talk to Home Chick Slice, actually. See if she knows anything about that. Way yet. Way yet. Really see her. Where's, Is it her? Yeah, it's her, but I can't talk to her. Oh, well. Alright, leaving the Seamstresses Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with this latest victim, left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area, grit, grime, and gray. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mix with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken down street. Disreputable is the district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transport Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. I want to say reading is hard. Also, I changed my my webcam positioning, and that is something I like never do in the middle of a game. I always change it outside of the game, but it was bugging me, so you know. Because like sometimes I accidentally hit it when I'm not streaming, and just messes with things. Hey, you looking for a good time? Know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old crap from the place for years. Not worth my time, though. Boom, da boom, da boom. The Lone Star, the guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absent-mindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted street scum? Man, look at that. Like, security would have just gotten me so many things. I'm working with the coroner, Bronze. Open the gate. Sure you are, and I'm Lofweir, the King of Dragons. Beat it. Beat it. Beat it. Don't wanna leave defeated or something. I don't know how the lyrics go. Who raised you? A pack of wolves? That ladder is rightfully mine. I'm not taking it far. I just need a little boost over the fence. Oh, you're breaking into the NTSB warehouse too. If you see any of them airplane blankets or pillows, snag me one. How am I going to sneak in without him noticing? How's Shadowrun so far? Been meaning to play this one, but gameplay looks complicated. It's pretty good. I enjoy it quite a bit. I don't think it's as complicated as it seems. There's definitely some systems in here, but they've definitely simplified them quite a bit. If you're familiar with like Divinity Original Sin or Pillars of Eternity, like I don't think they're nearly as complicated or as in-depth mechanically as those can be sometimes. Hey, you looking for a good time? Not me, a friend of mine. I need you to have some fun with the guard by the fence around the corner. He looks at you knowingly. Alright. 20 buys you a 5-minute distraction. Then I've got to get back to work and earn some real new yen. Alright, I'll spot you a 20 for that. That's a big gun you have there. Standard issue, ma'am. Oh, man. Looks like there's definitely going to be a fight out here. I can feel it. Ooh, there's fat loots over here. Yo, this is crazy. Can send that to the stash. So, was I right that it's F5? It is. Inside, the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian? We'll go with that room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. Let's do it. Aguirre, I have some money for you now. You again, how'd you find out about this murder? The press hasn't even picked up on it yet. I like this, but this guy hasn't done wrong to us yet. I have my sources. Listen, officer, I'm just trying to do right by a client. Mind if I look around? Whatever. I have better things to do, like find the Emerald City Ripper and make something of myself. We've gone through the researcher's computer and I have suspicions that this is a copycat crime. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. NTSB? We were just talking about NTSB outside, and you're going to act like you don't know anything about it? The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to try to determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicating he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Scientists don't make good criminals. Tell me about it. Some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his corp master's involvement and tried to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Yeah, but I guess I can't talk to you about the whole thingamabobber. Just looking for fat loot. You don't need to go right now. Oh, these are the restrooms. The old poster depicts a svelte young woman posing with an assault rifle. There's definitely going to be a fight here. We like the sarcastic sounding replies too, but it makes the character sound like a jerk to the NPCs. Yeah, it's you know, one of those unfortunate things. Some of the sarcastic replies, you know, you just gotta. The computer is locked with a 2-factor encryption key. Right? We are not a Deca. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect the toothbrush. The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. Inspect the comb. The comb is black plastic and has some weary. I don't know how to say that word. Weary. I don't even know what that word means. Gray hairs stuck in it. Shannon Half-Sky, you're a new person. Let's talk to Dresden first. Ghost, still working for the dead man, he chuckles. As you can see, we've got another Ripper victim on our hands. Looks like business is good for Dial-A-Morgue these days. Yes, indeed. The victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. Cause of death unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Any idea which organ the Ripper was after this time? Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. I'm guessing we'll get to go over here, so let's start from the top. Is McCluskey getting any closer to a suspect? McCluskey couldn't find his butt with both hands. Don't tell him I said that, though. How's Officer Aguirre doing on the case? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think Aguirre's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. What if they just wanted all the organs? It could be possible, but he hasn't taken all the organs on anybody else yet. Well, that's I think Aguirre is onto something here. Sounds like the Ripper is taking a different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs. Any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it is an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other two. If I find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Who was the woman over there? No clue. She just showed up. Next to kin, I think. Gonna take a look around. Good luck out there. Door over there. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. I'm independent. What's your relationship to the dead man? The suspicion in her face and eyes departs almost instantly when the subject turns to the deceased. He's my brother. I've been trying to speak with him, but I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman. Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. Were there any other witnesses? Not as far as I can tell. Not among the living, anyway. Realization then dawns, bringing the light back into her eyes. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are others. Other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration, as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help. They wish to be heard, and I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I'll need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? I'll do what I can. I do have the run of the place, that's for sure. There is a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or possibly the shoes worn by occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Dig through the shoe pile. Find nothing interesting about the shoes in the pile. Well, fine. Yep, look at that. There's a dude right there. It's hard to say whether this heap of items and refuse recovered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through the trash. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile. Your hands are quickly covered in the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Inspect the earring. The earring is made out of burnished steel, formed into the shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You take the earring. Dented lunchbox? A dented tin lunchbox that's seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grinning troll on the front. Select cred stick. Surprisingly, the cred stick is still functional. You slot it into your PDA, and 200 million is added to your account. Nice. Can't go through there. Plane crash victims? That's random. Well, this guy worked at a facility that investigates plane crashes and things like that. So it's how do I say it? I guess it's just the environment that we're in, or I mean, it's not a coincidence, but you know, something. I can't think of the word or phrase. So we inspect the comb. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. What about the toothbrush? Alright, I'm gonna go in here. Save first. The door is locked, but you might be able to bypass it if you could get under the maintenance panel. Okay, never mind. It feels as though you have found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a time. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... What the heck is all this? Uh-oh. Officer Aguirre trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer. Not some stylish drum circle. Isn't it standard procedure to contact the next of kin? Ma'am, consider yourself contacted. Ooh. Now get the heck out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret, or worse, something I'd enjoy. Oh. Okay. The man is a jerk. She stares daggers at McCluskey from across the warehouse. But there's no helping it now. I should just be grateful you were able to collect these items before those clods carted everything off. Can we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. This option. We'll come back later once the coast is clear. I can't stand the waiting, but I don't see any other choice. You sure you're up for this? It may be a rabbit hole, but I have to get to the bottom of it. Whatever your reasons, I thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kinds of people we need. Just smile. Good. I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled nuyen from inside a leather pouch, starts to count it out, then shoves the whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. Okay, so yeah, we gotta go back to the Seamstresses Union. As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote pops on the screen. Coyote looks tense. Oi, Ghost. You in the middle of something? Just getting jerked around by Lone Star. Same old thing. I hear you. Her jaw sets. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royal. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squats. Ran my world when I was growing up. I remember. He looks relieved. Whiz. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers, bad guys. They hooked him on high amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of dreck. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away. Then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since, trying to find him. I'm guessing you have a new lead. It's not a lead. Her face lights up. She's running hot, has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. Got an old friend who eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but I could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. I'm on my way. I knew you'd come. I'll send you the address. See you soon. Let's do it. Sound very neutral good based on your replies? I would say I'm a very chaotic neutral kind of player, but I also don't really see the necessity of being overly sassy or anything like that. But like if McCluskey were to get in my face, I'd be more than happy to to give him the rundown of how sarcastic I can be. Because that guy, a sucker fool. I let my cat sleep in my room last night, and my back is killing me. I don't know why. Like every time I let my cat sleep in my room, I just tears on my back. Okay. The cluster of dilapidated buildings where Coyote told you to meet her appears to be the remnants of a public housing project. The buildings look like a cesspool filled with human debris. You find her standing with Paco on the street corner, eyeing the roofs, the doorways, the windows. Despite his attempts to engage her, Coyote barely says a word as the three of you weave your way through the tenements. She walks purposefully, her new cyber hand flexing open and closed with each step. It's unclear whether the action is voluntary or not. You circle around the back of the building, or back of a building, and Coyote jumps up, grabs the bottom rung of a fire escape ladder, and pulls it down. Without a signal, she starts her climb towards the roof. Paco looks at you worriedly and starts up the ladder. Napadaps. Thanks for meeting us, Ghost. I owe you one. No sweat. Figured you could use the backup. Yeah, you never know what sort of firepower to expect in one of those BTL squats. She brightens. Oh, hey, listen. I got good news for you. You know Sam's sister, Jessica? One of my contacts found her for me while you were on your way here. I called her and asked her to meet you at the Union later today. Hope that helps. Good job. Thanks. She looks at you, her scarred face soft. Least I could do. Alright, let's get this done. My cousin Gino should be in one of the squats past that door up ahead. I hear there's a whole lab set up in there. From my experience, there's usually a lookout watching for cops outside and a guard at the door inside. Like I said, don't know how much firepower to expect, but these guys are nasty. So stay on guard. I just want to get in, grab Gino, and get out. Right behind you, babe. Let's do this. Alright. That's the guard right there. What's up, Clocker? Again, another orc that doesn't quite look like a traditional orc. The orc looks twitchy, his eyes rolling in his head. He scans the three of you, looks past to see if there are others, licks his lips, and nods throughout as if going through some internal checklist. Hoi hoi, how you doing? Good day for a trip, ain't it? He leans in, whispers in your ear. This guy's a clocker, trades work time for chips. Part salesman, part lookout. Probably has a signal device for the guys inside. You want to go on a ride? I don't really like any of these options. What kind of rides can I go on? We got it all of it. We got it all. Yeah. What you want to do? You want to do some crime? You want to do some? You want to be bad? We can hook you up. Don't roll that way. Want to be a hero? Be a hero. We got fairy tale Drek Chummer's love. You name it. And you can slag and frag to your heart's content. That's the real thing, right? Slagging and fragging. Don't matter what the trip don't matter what the trip as long as there's slagging involved, right? Coyote's eyes are hard, her pupils tight little pinpricks of hate. You do snuff too, don't you? The clocker looks around, more nervous now. Maybe, yeah. Maybe for the right price. You can feel it. What it's like to die. What it's like to kill. Hey, Ken. Thank you very much for the 13 months, my man. Thank you very much. I don't like these options because they kind of smell, you know, like I'm a cop, you know. Just let me in. See you around after this. Probably see you lots. That's the Windows key. Alright, we're in for quite enjoyment here. Always watching. Ancients, the sinless are free. Oops, I didn't want to walk that way. Dandelion eaters. The woman is probably in her 30s, but hard times have aged her. She looks at you with concern. Don't do it, friends. Don't slot that Drek they're selling. BTLs are killers. Theirs most of all. You sound like you know from experience. She pulls her hair back to show you. No implant. Then her mouth tightens and her eyes well up in tears. I do. I know. Lost my husband, lost my son, my daughter. They use her to record. Tears stream down her face. You have a pass card to get in there. No, but Jamal has my son's card. Took it off him when his brain fried. Jamal's down the hall. I don't know if he'll give it up, but that's between you and him. What kind of guards do they have on this place? He looks around frightened, whispers. They're serious. This place is backed by the Yakuza. Or Yakuza. Japanese mafia. Oh man. How many and what kind of firepower? There's a guy on the door, Charlie. He sells the passes to get in. He's not tough. Blind in one eye. There's another 5 or so wandering around. 2 of them are bad news, covered in magic symbols. Mean. She's amped, ready. 5 or 6? That's not so bad. We have surprise on our side. Any chip heads inside the lab? Yep, all day, all night. And they can be dangerous too. Chip heads, dangerous? Once someone's chipped, they can send them any program they want. Make them do whatever. Turn them into whores, killers, anything. We're looking for a kid named Gino. Know him? Who doesn't? He's here all the time. Gino's a clocker. Trades his time for chips. Like their little errand boy. I saw him go in there this morning. Hasn't come out, so I imagine he's riding a dream chip. Gotta go. Gotta go. Right. We're gonna look for Jamal. And there's Jamal. Got anything I should loot? What does this say? Tayley? Tayley? Jamal has the look of a longtime chiphead. Emaciated? I don't know what that word means either. Hollow-eyed, but hungry and desperate. What you looking at, Spike Ear? Here you have a pass card. You hear right. I got a few. I sell them at a discount. Charlie charges 50 Nuyen for them, but I can get you 3 for 100. I was thinking 75. And I was thinking slot off. I feel like if I threaten him, he's just gonna get in my way. He's gonna hinder me. But I did come into the situation hoping I could just, like, take him off of him. I don't want to pay 100. 100 is a lot. Maybe you should just hand it over. His lip curls into a feral snarl. This the Baron's, Ome. You want it, you take it. Alright. This is, unfortunate. Didn't think this guy would intervene, but them's the ropes. Alright, we're gonna have shenanigans. Oh, I didn't equip the other elementals. Run over here. But you've got a shotgun as well. That's no surprise to anybody. Glad I summoned some dudes. Or summoned a dude. Oh, that costs 2. Alright, we're going to not gun you. What does this do? Does -1 AP but reduces HP damage by 6. Can hit adjacent targets at ranges of 6 or greater. Reduced accuracy. Do aim shot. What is this? Elf muscle. I'm really afraid of that shotgun. I don't think I killed him out here. Don't turn against me, I need you. Okay, so you're gonna move out here. Get a lightning bolt on you. We'll move you here. Okay. Alright, still got him. I think you're just gonna chill right there. Okay. Can't loot that other guy for his stuff. You pick up a worn and mangled notebook. It smells of sweat and alcohol. Leaf through the notebook. The notebook contains lists of illegal SimSense rides and names of clients who have purchased them. I look for interesting BTL names. The Better Than Life rides run the gamut from fantasies like I Can Fly to real-life recordings such as Bum Killer. The list of rides doesn't seem to have much value. Interesting client names. Upon further examination, the client list is more than a simple list of names. It also contains private information about some of the more well-to-do or connected clientele. It may be that the syndicate behind this lab is directing certain clients here to secretly extract information from them while they are under the influence. The notebook is likely worth something if you can sell it. Take the notebook. Alright, we're going to live with that decision. I don't see any dudes or anything to pick up. Oh boy. Oh boy. The entire floor of this tenement has been given over to a chaos of technology and squalor. Across the room, a chromed-out Decker argues loudly with an armed thug, abruptly falling silent as they turn towards you. The shotgun-wielding thug squeaks in panic. It's the crew that took out Stevie J's place. I told you it was only a matter of time. The man with the cyber deck calmly speaks with a heavily digitized voice. You messed with the wrong BTL lab, oh-ho. This is a Yakuza operation. With the push of a button, I can make these tweakers into my own personal killer puppets. You're fragged. Ghost, don't attack any of the chip heads. They don't know what they're doing, and you could hurt Gino. Oh boy, no civilian casualties, got it. I have a concussion grenade. Better than fragging the tweakers if they get caught in the middle. That's a lot of chip heads. Come on, man. You're right there. Take a huge risk with you. Okay, they're being a little weird, so that's good. Oh, hello. Let's start with you. You claimed you had one of these. Alright, great. Ramen kind of scares me. I feel like I should go after that Decker. Yeah, lightning bolt. Life is hard. Life is hard. Oh, I was like, what the heck are you attacking? What? You're a mage? Alright, so. Minus 10 HP per round? What? 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 That's crazy. Alright, I was right to be concerned about that shaman. We're gonna... Oh, there's a dude over here. Get this kill. Alright, beautiful. Oh, you're summoning it right now? This. There's many whelps over here. Okay. One problem solved. Ooh, that was a nasty crit. Do not turn against me. Or you're not dead yet. Okay. Give me one of those. Better Than Life database management system. Guess forcibly end the puppet BTLs. $38. It's Grr. Oh, he's dead. Great. What we have? What is this? I don't know. Whoa, who is that? Yakuza Mage. Where did that guy come from? Alright, reload. Yeah. Well aimed shot. Boom. I love it. Alright. Hopefully this doesn't attack me. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so if I were to ever replay this game again, I would be a decker and a security guard. What is going on? Alright, Gino. We want you in Super Smash Bros. You eject the BTL Gino's been writing. He gasps suddenly and his eyes flutter open. He looks confused, worse than the other chipheads you've seen. His lips are white and chapped, his eyes sunk into his head. There's vomit on his shirt and sweat on his forehead. When he speaks, his words are slurred. He's burnt. What? What the heck? Who slotted me out? Who fragging slotted me out? Coyote is shaking. She looks horrified. Gino, it's me. It's Carla. Gino looks at her with glazed eyes, no recognition. Slot me back in, darn it. This is bull crap. I don't want to be here anymore. Slot me back in. He looks around the room angrily. His hand reaches for his implant. Coyote grabs his wrist, stops him. Gino, no. Coyote, be careful. Gino wrenches his wrist from Coyote's grasp and he staggers back, reaches under his shirt and pulls out a gun. Coyote watches him, horrified, with tears in her eyes. Gino waves it around, blinking wildly. Back off. Just back the heck off. Why a security guard to get past certain areas? I've just seen more security guard prompts than anything else so far. So it seems like security guard will get you a lot of extra dialogue options. Whether those dialogue options work, I have no idea. But of the dialogue options I have chose so far, I have not seen a single, or of the etiquettes that I chose so far, I have not seen a single dialogue option for them. Take it easy, Gino. We're backing off. He presses his hands to the sides of his head. His finger, still on the trigger, squints. What the heck is wrong with you people? We're trying to help you. This is the way you help me? Look at this place. Look at me. He looks around at the squalor of the room, then glimpses his own reflection in the machinery. Oh God, look at me. Put the gun down, Gino. Come with us. No, you don't. You can't understand what it's like out here. I'm naked. I gotta slot in. Get away. He points the gun at Coyote. You're not gonna stop me. I'll fragging kill you first. Gino, no. Oh. Not how I expected things to go. Sorry, Carla. I'm so sorry. Coyote looks at you, tears in her eyes. He was shooting. You had to take him out. I'm not stopping. Not now, not ever. He looks at Paco, back at you, the angel of death. The real rain is coming to Seattle, and it's gonna wash the scum off the streets. I'm gonna burn every mother-fragging BTL shop in the sprawl until they're gone. Every mother-fragging one. Paco.